Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you fine. Yep.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Howard Huang, and I'm a senior technical artist in Revolution. And it's very nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, this is Howard's first
Definitely,
webinar
I will
with
show
us
you a
here.
lot later on today.
Okay, great. You froze up for a second there, but uh John, anything you want to introduce about yourself before I get into the promo stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. No, I just want to tell everybody, hey, and welcome to the webinar. Thanks again for joining us and learning more about AI Studio. We're certainly excited about it and looking forward to share it with you. I'm Vice President of Marketing for Reillusion, and I love more than anything to just work with all my colleagues and do these fun things. So Howard's got a lot to show you guys today. I'm going to show you a little bit, but Howard's going to really give you the magic behind the scenes.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to share my screen really quickly and we're going to get into some just a really quick promo stuff. This is going to take like 2 seconds. We don't have too much promo stuff to go through today. I'm sure you guys have all you're aware of all the promo stuff. Let me just make sure I can share my screen here. There we go. I don't need to share any sound. I don't need to have any video optimization. So let's just go ahead and share. All right. You should be able to see the AI Studio homepage on the screen right now. Just give me a holler in the or a holla in the chat if you can see it fine. Should be good though. Okay, Zola sees it. We got someone who sees it. So that's good. All right. So, of course, naturally, the topic of today's webinar is going to be AI Studio, kind of a more basic step-by-step approach for those of you who want to integrate it into your pipeline. My screen just went all wacky there. Not sure what's going on there. We'll skip to the next page here, anyways. This is we're going to be at CGraph. Okay. So I'm just going to basically put this in the chat. You know what? Are you guys seeing like a wacky thing on your screen there when I anyone?
Yeah, it's looking okay on my side.
Okay, my screen is just going all wacky and crazy here. But I did want to mention as well that if you are a user of Character Creator 5 or iClone 8, previous to our grand launch of AI Studios on June 23rd, you can redeem a free month of the AI Service Starter Plan that includes 1,100 AI points. So make sure you check out your email. We're going to send that over to you guys. Also, this offer lasts until July 31st of this month. So if you have any sort of issue or any sort of desire to subscribe either to the monthly subscription or the perpetual license of iClone or Character Creator, you're also eligible for that until July 31st. So keep that in mind. You get those free 1,100 GA points. And naturally, we're going to be sending out a survey at the end of today's webinar. If you have any questions or comments or things you want to learn about in the future, make sure you fill that out and get the 10% discount from the content store. I'm going to throw this link for our chat because we're going to be at the HP booth in, let me just minimize some stuff here. My goodness. We were testing some beta versions of stuff earlier today. Um, Let me see here. My screen has just kind of been cut in half. I'm going to try to find the chat. Okay, well, you just have to trust us that we're going to be at SIGGRAPH this year. Um, and if someone can put that link into the chat, that would be great. I'm going to have to maybe log off for a second, check it while my screen is half right now. Maybe a video card thing. But anyways, that's really all I have to share. Maybe John, you can kind of take over the sharing right now, and you can kind of give us an introduction to your project and what's going on there as well.
Sure, absolutely. Let me go ahead and do that. Um, Basically, today, what I want to show you guys is a project that goes with the flow of Cdance, as well as the um, Flux 2. And so basically an image and video snapshot. And Howard is really going to give us a lot of the details on how to create these kind of videos, but I'll let you see exactly what this is. What this is really 3D to AI and an iClone project that's driving AI Studio. So really marrying the idea of 3D and being a 3D creator, and then utilizing the advancements in AI to visualize what you want to create. With ultimate control and consistency is the key. So we'll take a look at that. We'll start off by looking at the final product of a few different rendered scenes that I'll show you how some of those come together. You can see that the video from iClone and the motions that we're using are actually driving all of these vignettes that we made with iClone AI actors, and then also with iClone characters and scenes, as well as camera work. So we've got a few different vignettes, and you can see some different results from prompting, along with what was created with the iClone project and with the characters. But throughout all of these projects, we're seeing a lot of exact camera control. We're seeing the motion be able to be followed, and then all the nuances of AI are able to help. And we can prompt for things like more physics along with this, but we're still staying true to the motions that are provided from our scene, and then also from the scene block. So these are a lot of different samples that I made with the process that I'm going to show too. But ultimately, this is all about following control in inside your AI output via content and things that you can create with props, motion, all the elements of iClone that you want to be able to bring over. All of that's very doable. Now let's take a look at the content pack that I'm going to show you that I used. In this content pack, I used the Legendary Heroes Aerial Fighter. And inside this content pack, there's tons of different motions. And if you're using iClone now, you probably have a bank of motions there. These are all completely viable to bring over into AI Studio and really pilot your scenes with that. So I took a selection of different motions and built a project in iClone that really helped support what I wanted to do. And lots of different motions inside here that give you different options. They can also be stitched together and used there to be able to do motion blending between the two. So all the tricks that you know about doing good animation inside iClone, whether it be using the content packs and then doing some augmenting kind of, keyframe animation, all of that is perfectly usable to go over into AI Studio. On the scene side, I chose to use the City Blocks pack. And this block pack is actually a really legacy product of Reallusion. It's been around almost as long as me for almost 26 years. And but it's still incredibly awesome to be able to plug in and use as some suggestive content for your scene. So I coupled these two projects together, and inside iClone, I was able to create a simple scene where I actually use my character as the motion does. And we can jump over to iClone real quick so you can see an actual view of that project. So I've got it in here inside iClone. And if I play this, of course, you're going to see the play blast go ahead and play out in real time and show you the motion. I can open up the timeline here, select one of my characters, and then you'll be able to see that we've got motion already attached to that character. This is, live data that we're using directly on over and bringing it into AI Studio for a number of different reasons. I'll go back to my very first frame first, okay? Because I'm actually going to generate a start frame directly from my iClone viewport. And when I do that, basically I can go ahead and get my project all set up. And once I'm ready to start generating, then I can go ahead and utilize that inside AI Studio. And inside AI Studio, I basically want to set up a couple of things. I want to be able to assign an actor because I definitely had an idea of the persona I wanted to use. And that actor that I chose was Alpha Man. And Alpha Man is part of the AI Actor 200 that you get when you subscribe to our services. You get these AI actors, over 200 different pre-made actors that are automatically able to consistently be shot for shot in your scene. For me, I went to the stylized character category here, but we have lots of photoreal, we have different creatures, we have kids, and all of these are vetted to use inside seedings. So they're going to give you, your likenesses there one to one. So Alpha Man, I sent over and I have him set up in AI Studio. And I'm going to jump out of my presentation real quick and go back. And I'm actually going to go into my live project here so you can see. We'll start with 3D to image. That's where we are right now. So in order for me to get this over from iClone, basically, I just captured the viewport. And you'll remember I set the playhead at the first frame of my animation, right? And so once I do that, and then I click capture view from viewport, it's going to give me this scene right here. So I have that now as a reference point, as a visual suggestion, if you will. So, but I have a visual guide to be able to start generating my actual image. And then later, that's what's our video is going to feed from that. So in order to help me over the use of my motion dummy to get the motion reference, I'm using the AI actor. And the AI actor will let me assign that to my character and then go ahead and do a prompt, whether it be a simple prompt or something more elaborate. For this one, I chose something simple. And you can see here, some of the highlighted text is actually syntax for you to be able to have references to Alpha Man, my AI actor. So whenever I type Alpha Man, it automatically knows that I'm referencing my AI actor. And so I just did something really simple, like he's a superhero ready to save the city and about to take flight among the skyline, right? So the style I wanted to be photorealistic. And so even though I'm using a CG character, I kind of wanted some more photorealistic going on around him. And then also you can see that from this image, I had golden. So I definitely wanted some golden hour lighting through that. And it's so easy to set those up because you've got the different style categories that you can go through and select those and assign them. And then you've also got your ability to set up your lighting too, which is great because with the lighting, it's easy to get the mood that you want. The golden hour is something I go to a lot. I like the dramatic feel of it. So once I've got that set up with our prompts, then I'm ready to generate. And something to always remember is that down here on the bottom right hand side, anytime you're ready to hit that generate button, then it's going to show you how many points you have to generate that. So it's always nice to see. With this simple prompt, using my AI actor and my reference frame, I was able to generate and get this start frame for my video. Okay, so that's 3D to image. I use Flux Max for that as well. For 3D to video, in order to get this image moving, it's a combination of my original image that I've brought in. And so when I generate that 3D image, it goes right into this slot. and so it's ready. Um, you can load it later if you want to, but that's already there. And then, in order to get your animation in from that play blast, it's incredibly simple. Basically, all you need to do is click this capture from video or capture video from the 3D viewport. And then, wherever your playhead is at, or wherever your in and out markers are inside iClone, you're going to have that segment set up for you to be able to send over um, to AI Studio. And when you have that set up, then when you click on the capture 3D scene from the viewport, then basically you at that point are able to go ahead and get that video as a reference video inside here as well. So your 3D project comes over to help drive your motion. And so those two things together are what's going to really give you that 3D video. Now, because I'm using Cdance, and you can see we have multiple different models to do this. Because I'm using Cdance, I also get additional references. And so these are super useful, especially for AI actors. Now, if I wanted to control other shots along with the scene, different camera angles, I could load up different images also from my city and say, shot 2 happens here, shot 3 happens there. But for this, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to start with my start frame and then do a nice elaborate prompt. The prompt, I start out with AlphaMan so that AI Studio knows I'm using an AI actor. He's referenced. And then I took my original basic prompt that I did inside the 3D image and I threw it in Chat GPT and I said, format this for Cdance. Really simple. Anybody could do. And ChatGPT knows real well, like, okay, this is a good syntax for Cdance. So it gives me all of my motion that I wanted, and I actually told ChatGPT, how about you give me a let's do a save from someone falling from the sky, right? Like our motion. So I wanted to prompt who that was. So I prompted what the young lady would look like on that as well. So then in the 3D to video, once we've got that set up, basically, you can go ahead and take that and take a look at it and preview that. So, I've hit generate, that comes out, and then we can go ahead and see what the output will be. So I prompted for the flight, the fall, and even though I have this motion that it is following, and I prompted to augment that, it still lands and completes exactly the same. And so this is a great way to mix your prompt as well as your 3D project data from your actual projects and then get a nuance even out of it, but it still have that strong motion control. But if you want AI to dream a little bit for you, then you can let prompts take that and then still use the motion control. So all of this in concert gives you more of a predictable output for your Cdance videos. Another thing to note is that with Cdance, I normally am doing 720p on my output. I'll tell you, it's a good tip because your spend will be a little less. It'll save you some points to do that, and then you can always up-res later if you need a higher video resolution. So a lot of times I'm doing that at 16 by 9. And of course, when you're doing 3D to video, your video length, as opposed to selecting it, it's determined by your 3D video that you have seen. So this gives you a quick snapshot of how 3D motion can come over and what the end result can look like, and how you can marry those things up and use Cdance to create some fun things together along with the AI actors. So I want to give you a snapshot of that and share. And then Howard is going to help us go into quite a few more details.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep, all
Yes.
good.
All right. Okay. So, okay, thank you, John and Kai, and hi everyone, and good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are tuning in from. So, welcome to today's webinar, and I'm Howard Huang, Senior Technical Artist in Revolution, and also one of the main designer of AI Studio. Okay, so maybe let me share screen. Okay. Uh, can you see the screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So yeah, later on in the QA session, feel free to ask me any question because just as I mentioned, I'm a main designer of AI Studio.
Yeah, it looks like Howard, you might be frozen. He's just stuck there. You can
Like
hear me,
John
right,
showed
John?
you, you can utilize
Yeah, I
3D
can
to
hear you now.
achieve.
Okay. Maybe turn off your webcam too, John, just so we
Sure thing.
minimize the bandwidth.
There we go.
Okay, and we still need to see your screen, Howard. Just try and share again.
Again, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the internet is kind of laggy today.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay. So yeah, I just finished my intro. I'm not sure if you have heard that. Okay, so you can see the screen right now, right?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, good. Now let's just dive into in our first part. Okay, basically it's a basic skill and control for our template project right here. You can definitely transform your vision into anything you want. Okay, so yeah, let's just start from the very basic. You can just click on go into your simple project for 3D to image. Just click on hit. Okay, so this is our sample project. You have the image prompt right here, and you can just click on edit 3D scene. Okay, so you see that this is the original 3D project that we have right here. And you also notice that it is a great model of our character Tate. And later on, I'll be explaining why we use gray model as our visual. Okay. And right now, we just need to capture the image right here. Just capture it. And you see that, yeah, the image is right here. And you can always delete it if you have some new things you want to capture. You can just delete it and capture it again right here. Capture image from 3D viewport. So it's a two-way, you can just capture it from iClone or even capture it in your AI Studio. And down here in the prompt areas section, you can actually drag the arrow right here. So basically, because there's a lot of prompt right here, so you can always drag this to make sure that all the prompt is there and you can see clearly right here. Okay, so basically, let's take a very quick look at the prompt right here. You can see that the environment, basically it describes the environment and the clothes that Tate is wearing. Yeah, and also some yellow dummy. That yellow dummy will be the right here, cast the warm glow of the image will be like. So right now, let's just to see the result. Okay, hold on a second. Yep, let's just generate without tuning anything. Okay, and while generating, I think I can give you some tips. like when choosing the models for images. Nano Banana usually works the best in most of the cases. It's good for different styles, understanding the context of the prompt, and looks very natural, just like a daily life photos. And there will be many details in the texture and human skin. Sometimes the character may look a bit older. Okay, so yeah, we got the image right here. And when using Flux 2 Max, let's also hit generate. Flux 2 Max usually deals better when you want to generate a cinematic scene. The image tends to be more high contrast and the character looks younger with smoother skin. And I think it also does better in character consistency. Yeah, but however, I think it's not really good at style transferring or editing image. So yeah, whenever I do the style transferring or the editing image, I'll just go straight with the Nano Banana Pro. Okay, yeah. So while waiting for FluxMax to generate, I think we can discover more about the prompt right here. So just imagine maybe you want more than just the default render. So you can just definitely tweak the prompt a little bit. And you'll notice right here, we have a lot of prompt describing the realism. Okay, so, so you see it, here's the Flux Max 2 result. Just like I mentioned, it tends to be more high contrast compared to the result in Nano Banana Pro. Okay, all right, and what I'm going to do right now is I think I'm gonna tune a little bit of the prompt. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's just delete some of the prompt describing photorealistic. Yeah, delete this. Okay, and also this shot on Canon EOS R5. Right? Yep. Okay. So that should do it. And what we're going to do is very easy. Like we have provide a lots of style prompt right here. You can see the prompt preset styles. Let's just open it up. You can see there's so many style prompt preset that we provide right here. You can definitely play around with it. Okay. And right now, I think we can just apply this one to the anime, see the result. Okay. And oh, sorry, I think I need to switch back to Nano Banana Pro because just as I mentioned, I think Nano Banana Pro just does much more better in the style transferring. So I'll just generate again. All right. And then, yeah, maybe we can try a few different style, like maybe American comics right here. See, I think it's very suitable for like when you're trying to create some comics books, like in like Marvel or DC kind of comics books. You can use this style, generate. Okay, and basically I didn't change the prompt at all. I just used it. Okay, so yeah, you see here's the image of Flux. Just as I mentioned, I don't think it's very good at style transferring. Sometimes when it transfer, it kind of changed too much about the original character right here. But if you use Nano Banana Pro, the result is just splendid, right? Like basically it just looks the same, but with a different style. Okay, right? And here is the American comic style, very cool. Let's try two more style, maybe watercolor right here. Yeah, just generate. And lastly, maybe we can choose the, let's see, ukiyo-e right here. Yeah, it's a favorite art style from ancient Japanese artwork. I really like this style. Let's just generate as well. Yeah. Okay, so basically it's very easy. All you need to do is just using our style prompt, and then with the same image, the same prompt right there, you can create many different style right here like this. This is the watercolor that we just create. Okay, right, and okay, so now you're a master of generating different styles, right? Right, like this is the ukiyo-e style that we just apply later on. Okay, so now I think we can go deeper into it. Oh, okay. And before tuning the prompt, we can first examine this AI actor right here. See, open it up, and here's the magic trick. This is the AI actor, and it plays a very important role to make sure our character stays consistent. So even when we have a different prompt, different style, it is still the same Tate that we knew in all the images. This the same Tate. Yeah. Because sometimes the images captured from the 3D world may not be able to carry all the details, especially when your character is far from the camera. AI doesn't know how it looks. So we need an AI actors to solve the problem. And basically, it's an actor profile you can use when generating images or videos so as to make sure they stay consistent throughout the time. Okay, so, and the best part is you can even create your own AI actor. Okay, and anyway, I think I'm not going to dive too deep into that because that's not the main topic of today. Just to let you know the mechanism of how the AI actor works, because we'll be using them a lot today. Okay, and here's the interesting part. The reason that we use a sample project, we use the great model is because we want to make sure that Tate won't be wearing his original clothes all the time, because you see that he's actually wearing a red shirt right here as an AI actor. And the great model provides the creativity for AI to imagine what the character should wear just based on your prompt. So you can see we have generated a lot of adventure attires for Tate in this image, basically just prompt. Okay. And right now, what I'm going to do is maybe we can generate different scene for Tate that just delete all the prompt. And right now, we can use, it's very easy. We can use our tagging system to summon our AI actor Tate. Okay. And then we can use our idea right here, inspiration prompt preset. Okay, just open it up. We have so many inspiration prompt preset as well. Okay, and maybe we'll choose this one, Stormy Boat. And here's another quick tip. You can actually hover on to it, to see the exact prompt that is in the style or idea prompt preset. And you can even right click on it, expand prompt. So you can see all the prompt right there, or even tuning a little bit. So I'm going to add some word. Tate is on a fishing boat in a stormy sea, rain droplets, rough ocean waves, cinematic lighting, emotional atmosphere, raw photo. Yep, that's it. And also maybe we can describe a little bit about the yellow dummy that we want it to represent. So maybe I have a prompt right here. Just copy me. Okay, so the yellow dummy is an anchor. Yeah, maybe he's holding an anchor and he wears a raincoat. All right, just generate and see the result. Okay. So you can see that dummies and great models give AI all the imagination just based on your prompt. And maybe I can show you another few examples that I've already generated. Let me take a look. Maybe, yep, this one. Yeah. So here's the history that I've already generated for you guys. You can always use this rework so that the information will be pulling back to the result right here. Okay, so you see, for this image, basically, I just used the tropical island inspiration. Okay. Oh, so this is the Tate that we use as the anchor one. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes the action may not stay consistent. It's totally makes sense because it's just AI. Sometimes it's just kind of fail, but it's totally okay. We can just definitely, maybe we can try again, see the result. Let's just give Nano Banana Pro one more chance. Okay. And let's just get back to this one. See, tropical island. Yeah, so yeah, definitely it's in the tropical island, and I described the yellow dummy as an ice cream. So he's holding the ice cream right here. Very cool. And wearing sunglasses and aloha t-shirt. Yeah, or even this one. Okay, I just also rework it. So Tate is in a futuristic mega city. Basically, I just used the inspiration of the cyberpunk world, and the yellow dummy is treated as an lightsaber, and he is a cop. Yeah, so you see that he's wearing an outfit of a police. All right. Well, okay. So I think this is a newly created. I think, yeah, maybe Nanobana is kind of naughty today. It's kind of changing the pose, but I think it's much more accurate than this one before. Yeah, and usually you'll get the result that he's holding, the anchor in his hand, like this image shown right here. Okay, so you can imagine with the same 3D image, you can actually guide AI through with the overall structure, the action, and the camera, and the rest just use prompt to create many variation of the scenes. Okay, so I think next we're gonna further utilize the concept of dummy. Just imagine if you don't have an actual 3D character you want. The beauty of this workflow is, well, you don't need them because you can just drop in the basic robotic dummy and combine it with our AI actor. So let's just get back to our 3D scene. Okay. And in this case, because maybe we want to keep the yellow dummy right here, in order to keep it, we need to first detach it, because if you replace the character, this dummy will also be replaced. So we can just click on this yellow dummy and right click on it to detach. All right, so you see the result right here, it's separated from the character. And then further on, we can replace the character. Maybe I think I'll choose this one, because later on we'll have a female AI actor assigned to it. We just drag it and replace it. Okay. All right, and then we can definitely change the position of the yellow dummy. Maybe we can even make it longer by pressing R, and you can adjust the length of the dummy, because later on I want to make this dummy as a sword in the actor's hand. Okay, and definitely we can change a little bit of the camera. So you see we're in the C3 camera right here, and it is set as locked as a default. So we can just unlock it and go into our zoom mode, maybe zoom out a little bit, something like that. Yeah, that should look perfect. Right, and then we can just capture image again. Now the image is here. And now we're going to change the AI actor. So we're just gonna delete Tate right here, right? And then open the AI actor menu, just select this add actor. Okay, so you can see tons of AI actor in our template library. And just as I mentioned, you can also create your own AI actor, which will be appeared in the custom menu right here. Okay, and in this case, I'll choose this one, Elfie. Love the warrior that I created recently. Just put it in the scene. Yep, it's right here. Yeah, and I think I can show you the data set that I use for Elfie in Create Actor workflow. So basically, there is a lot of angle in this data set, also the emotions, and of course the body part right here, different angle of the body, which can lead to consistent character creation in AI world. So let's just get back to 3D to image to see how it works. Okay, here's the critical part. You need to assign actors right here, because you need to tell AI that this dummy character is Elfie. Okay, so we can definitely drag the detection box around the face right here to assign it as an actor one, which is Elfie. All right. And then it also works for multiple characters. So if you have lots of characters, you can just drag them in with different detection box, and then you just click on apply. Okay, and the prompt will be very short. All right, let me see. I think I'll just use this. So I just said that Elfie is in the battlefield and use dummy character as her reference pose, just to kind of make sure that it stays consistent. And the yellow dummy is the sword. All right. Okay, so let's just hit generate. Yep. All right, so while generating, I think we can go back to the 3D scene. Yeah, so wait a second. Yeah, go back to the 3D scene, and then here's what I'm going to do. Just imagine if you don't have, wait a minute. Yeah, just what I'm going to do next is I want to create an end frame for the same scene. So the character is with the same pose, holding the sword, but I think I want a different camera angles. Can I do that? Why not? I mean, like, I can definitely have a full body shot right here. So it works all the same. All you need to do is, adjusting the camera right here, zoom in a little bit, maybe move the camera, zoom out, sorry, zoom out the camera. Okay, yeah. And maybe even rotate a little bit the camera. So see right here. Yeah, I think this angle looks perfect. Maybe just tweak a little bit, make it not so center in the image. Okay, and okay, hold on a second. Let me see whether the image was generated. Yep. So yeah, let's go back to AI Studio right here. So you see, this is the image that we created earlier. Like you can see the image, she's holding the sword. And just like I said, the best part is you don't need to like really have that AI actor in your 3D scene. Basically, you can just use the dummy actor, and then you can just assign actor, and then you'll generate this result just based on your action and your dummy, your prompt. It's really cool. And yeah, what I'm going to do now is to capture image again. And this is the newly image that we just created from iClone, right? So yeah, I'm going to assign the actor again. Okay. Apply, right? Yeah, so I think there's no need to change the prompt because just as I mentioned, this is just the same. I want it to be the same scene, the same actions. So no need to change, just hit generate. Okay. All right, so while waiting for the generation, I think, yeah, maybe we can just, again, we can go back to our 3D scene and we can try more dummies and poses. Say, maybe I want to make Elfie runs on the street in an medieval era, something like that. Can I do that? Of course I can. So let's just maybe switch to the smart search right here. Okay, so we have like so many content right here, including the poses. And in here, we can open up the animation category right here. Here, go into the pose section. Yeah, definitely you can choose a lot of poses right here. Maybe I'll switch to item over here. Yeah, hold a second. So yeah, maybe just like I mentioned, maybe we can search for run because I want Elfie to run on the street. So let's just search for run. And then, yeah, basically you maybe I choose this one. I think this one looks great. Just drag it onto the character. All right. And this dummy we don't need this yellow dummy right now. All right. Maybe change the camera a little bit, something like this. Center a little bit. Yep. All right. Should look perfect. All right. And then let's get back to our AI Studio. So yeah. Oh. So yeah, this is the image that we created. Start frame, end frame, and yeah, the end frame is from here, right? So just like I mentioned, like later on, I think we can use this as a start frame and end frame. Okay, so that we can definitely create videos with this. It's very interesting. But right now, I think I can just capture the image again from my 3D viewport. Okay, so this is a newly created image that we have. All right. Okay, so right now I need to assign the actor again. Just drag it in here, something like that. Okay, apply. And this time we may need to change the prompt a little bit. Okay, so let's see, let's maybe change to this. Hold on a second, let me copy the prompt that I use. LV is running on the street in medieval era. And also I would like to add some, guidance for the lighting. So maybe I'll just use this lighting right here. We have so many lighting preset as well. Okay. So maybe this one, moody code. All right. And then we hit generate again. Okay, so while waiting for the result, I can show you how the start end frame works. So basically, it's very easy. You just need to go to video gen right here. All right. And then we can drag in the start frame, end frame separately into our start frame and end frame. All right. So this will be the start frame. This will be the end frame. And also, in order to make sure the character stays consistent throughout the time, you can even add the AI actor right here. Just to mention that it only supports in CTNS 2.0. So make sure you are in CTNS 2.0 right now. And then you can click on add AI actor. So we'll use Alfie here again. Okay. Oh, here's the image that we created in our 3D image right here. Yeah, very cool. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just focus on start end frame first. So right now, I think I can type in the prompt. Yep, this one. So I want to separate into different shot. So basically, I can just type in like this, very easy. Shot 1, Alfie is walking and use sword to fight against enemies. And shot 2, Alfies keep on walking without fear. All right. And I think, yeah, 720p should be enough, just like John mentioned. All right. And then we can choose maybe 7 seconds, I think. All right. Make sure to generate with audio. All right. And then just hit generate. Okay. So, yeah. Hold on a second. So, yeah, basically, while we're waiting for the generating, we can definitely go back to here because I want to create another end frame as well. This is the first start end frame video that we're going to create, and this will be the second one. So this is the start frame image, right? And then for the second image, I think, yeah, maybe I want Alfie to jump on the rooftop, maybe. Yeah. So let's just get back to 3D scene again. Maybe let's search for jump. Oh, sorry, jump. This one looks very cool. Let's apply to it. Huh, okay. And you know what? we can actually add a rooftop for it. So right here in the menu, we can click on create a primitive shape and a cone, just apply it to the scene. All right, so you see that the cone is in the scene. Let's just rotate the camera a bit, and I think we need to change the position of the character a bit, be something like that. The reason why we're using the cone is because I want to use it as a guidance for the rooftop. So you'll see that later on, Alfie will jump onto the rooftop. Yeah, maybe also zoom out a little bit on the camera. Yeah, something like that. Should be looking good. Maybe a little bit upward. Okay, and right now we're just going to capture the image again. Capture back to our iClone, AI Studio, sorry. All right, so yeah, now we have the image right here, and then we can assign the actors again. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think I can change the prompt a little bit. Maybe this one. Alfie is jumping at the top of the rooftop in medieval era. Oh yeah, okay. Also, I think it is good for you if you just clearly mention that you use the dummy character pose as the reference. Yeah, that should be good. And Alfie is jumping at the cone roof of medieval era. Use the dummy character pose as the reference pose. I think this should be good. All right, and I think I'll keep the Moody code prompt preset right here. Okay, so let's just hit generate. Okay. So you can see with the help of these poses, you can easily create lots of interesting images. You can even make them as a start frame, end frame. Okay, just don't limit your imagination. Okay, so yeah, I think the video and the image is still generating. So maybe we'll just move on to the next part maybe. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, here's the image that we generated. Yeah, so basically it stays pretty good. See, like the character is here and she is just jumping onto the rooftop. And you can notice that the rooftop right here, the shape of the cone of this rooftop is just perfectly matched the 3D image that we just capture it from our 3D scene. Yeah. So definitely, I think we can also use this as an end frame, start frame, the end frame, and then we can create our video again. So yeah, maybe we go to video create again, right? And then also this is the same process. Just drag this as your start frame image, this as your end frame image. Oh, wait a minute. I think the video just rendered out. So yeah, maybe we can, see the result right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me share the audio with you. Yeah. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, the result looks pretty good. Yeah. I'm first time watching this as well. It's like, yeah, so good. So the start frame, the end frame, okay? And also, yeah, I think we can do the same process here. We just do it here, start frame, end frame with Elfie. And the prompt should be very easy as well. See, use this prompt. Okay. Elfie is running a while, and then she jumps onto the rooftop. All right. Maybe I think like 5 seconds should do it. Okay, just generate it. Yep, and definitely it's going to wait for a while. So I think we can just go to the next part of it. All right. So first share the. So yeah, this is the part that we mentioned. You can definitely use dummy poses for your video gen. Start frame, end frame. We have so many poses that you can just apply onto it and use your dummy character, combining with your AI actor, so you can create this different images, start frame, end frame, and then you generate the final video for yourself. Yeah. So now you all know all the basic. Start from the sample project, tune the prompt for different result, and then change to dummy character. Set up multiple poses for guidance. Utilize the AI actor, and finally the start end frame video creation. I think you can already use these techniques to create lots of images and videos you want. And what I'm going to show you next will be focused more on how to unleash your imagination by our contents, because we have a library of over 5,000 production-ready content assets, and this ecosystem is a paradise for Previz, right? And the workflow is always the same. So you can just take a screenshot or a quick 3D render, use it to guide the AI and transform it into a final video. Okay, so yeah, let's just get into this part. And I think maybe I have already prepared some project for the scene. And just drag it into it. Nope, don't save it. All right, so yeah, let's first start with this indoor scene that I already set up for you guys. Usually this can be used when you're a real estate agent or you're an interior designer. You need to visualize the design with 3D, and then combine with AI, you'll get a decent result instantly. And all the furnitures right here can be found in our, also in our smart search. We have so many packs for interior, okay? And what I'm going to emphasize today is the color dummies that we use in this scenario. So you can see there's a red, blue, green dummy here. Right now, we just capture it back to our AI studio. Okay. Oh, before we started, I think we can see the videos right here that we just generate. See the result. Let me share the audio. Definitely, it's totally good, right? Like, it's just basically we just use the start frame, the end frame to create this final result in such a quick time. All right, so after seeing this, I think we can move on to the part right here. So I just captured the image from the interior design that we show you. And right now we don't need an AI actor, so let's just delete it. And what we do need is a very decent prompt. So let me just copy the prompt. Prompt is super duper long. Okay, so before I explain the prompt, I think we can just hit generate first so that we can see the result later. Okay, so the first part of the prompt right here, basically, it just emphasizes how to reference from the original 3D environment and what the image overall should look like. And the second part here is where the magic works, because you see it specifically, kind of transition different colors of dummies into different materials. So you see, we'll get this result because we have this prompt right here. Transform the red dummy into the wall, are finished in a soft matte cream plaster. Okay, and even here, transform the blue dummy into the window wall. Okay, and then transform the green dummy into the floor consists of smooth white plank like oak right here. So you see, it's just very easy. Basically, you can use the color dummy to guide the result, and then just specifically try to transform all the dummies into the specific materials you want. Okay, and finally, the third part of the prompt is just the prompt preset that we provide: soft light, photorealistic, and then boom, you get this result. So quick. All right. So what I'm going to do next is maybe we can alter the scene a little bit to see if it works out. Okay, so we can find our interior packs right here, props, interior, and furnitures. Okay. So right here, maybe I'll use this one, this pack. You can definitely drag in and replace with your own prop. Maybe I'll use this one, this bed iProp. And here's the trick. You need to click on right click, not left click. Right click on it and drag it onto the scene. Okay, and then you can see here's the yellow bounding box show up. You can just replace it. Okay, and then you see that maybe originally the rotation is not that correct, right? But it's totally fine. We can just rotate it, and we can even use our snapping system. We have so many snapping function right here. We can use the snap to step. Okay, with this turning on, you can just rotate it with a specific amount of degrees. Mine was set to 90 degrees, so it just works pretty well. All right, maybe we can replace some other things. Maybe this one. Yeah. Change the height a little bit. Okay, and maybe, let me see, maybe a sofa. I want to replace with a chair. And also the lamp right here. Maybe we can replace with, let me see, do we have a lamp? Oh, here. Maybe we can replace with this one. All right. Okay, just change the position a little bit, maybe. Okay, and after swapping all this, maybe we can even add something to it. Like maybe we want a journal. We can just left click on it and drag it into the scene. All right, and the original position is incorrect. It's okay. We can also use the snap function. This time I'll choose the snap to object face so that it can instantly snap to the face of the table right here. Yeah. Okay. And then we adjust the position. Yep, that's nice to me. And then we can just capture it back to our AI Studio. And you don't need to change the prompt at all, just generate again. Yep. So while waiting for a result, let's get back to iClone again. I have actually prepared another case for you guys. This is case 1. We can take a look at case 2 right here. Oh, but we need to delete this book that we just created. Sorry. 2. Yep. Okay. So this is the case 2, and if you notice that this is a scene for a hospital, right? And the cool part is you don't need to change the wall at all. You can just keep it as it was because we definitely just use the same structure. You just drag all the interiors you want on it. And what I'm going to do now is I want to maybe also drag in some post actor. We have so many post actors in our library as well. So you can see maybe I'll use the workforce. because in this pack, we can find some nurse or some doctor. Let me check it. Yeah, I think maybe this one. Drag it onto the scene. Okay, so rotate it. So this pose actor is quite handy because basically they have the preset pose for you guys, and definitely you just drag them on and they will be the pose that you wanted. Just make them into the scene. All right, I think that looks great. Just capture it again. Okay, and oh, this is the image that we created. You can take a look. That definitely it changed the furniture that we just swap onto it, and also the magazine that we showed you earlier is on the table as well. So with the same prompt and you can swapping with different furnitures, you can instantly create the same visual but with a little bit different furniture in a very quick seconds. Just so smooth and great. All right. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is generate this image. Okay, maybe we have another prompt. The structure is all the same. Yeah, the first part. The second part is the magic. Transform the red dummy into the walls. Are finished in a pale sage green with a white upper border. And then transform the blue dummy into the window wall. And then transform the green dummy into the floor made of smooth, light beige linoleum or vinyl. Yeah, that should do it. And then that just hit generate again to see the result. Okay, so the last interior case I've already generated right here. I can show you guys this one. Yeah. So yeah, let's rework it right here. It's basically all the characters are in the business pack. You can see the original image right here. Yeah, and the prompt is right here. Basically, it's all the same. Transform blue dummy, red dummy, green dummy, all the same. It's very cool. Oh, here, and here's the the result that we just generated. His hospital scene with the AI actor. Sorry, the post actor that we just drag onto it, and then you instantly get the result. And also with the dummy, color dummy assigned as different materials. Okay, yeah, and also let's just get back to office scene a bit here. Yeah. So yeah, basically this actually also works the same. You see, it also have the red dummy, blue dummy, green dummy. Yeah, it's very quick. So yeah, what I'm want to say is by utilizing these dummies and contents, you can easily create many interior designs, as you wish. All right. And the next part, now I think you already know how to create an indoor scene. So maybe next, I think we can jump to the outdoor scene, I guess. We have so many animals and trees that helps you to tell the interesting story. That's just new a project. Okay. And let's get back to our smart search right here. So you see we have two different animals pack. And maybe I'll choose the first one as an example. We have so many animals, and I think I want to use some animals that's enormous. Maybe a bear. Yeah, maybe this one. Okay, you can just drag it onto the scene. Okay, so we have our bear right here. All right, and maybe we can look for another enormous animal. Do we have it? Crocodile. Crocodile looks very fine. Oh, yeah, I think maybe we can use gorilla. Yeah, gorilla right here. Let's see this one. Maybe this one. This one. Yeah, this one should looks great. Looks like they're about to fight. Yeah, so I'm going to adjust a little bit of their position and the camera right here. Yeah. And yeah, the bear maybe. Okay. So yeah, the point is the animal doesn't have to be like super realistic because AI understand how to make them to a photorealistic version with these low poly meshes. And the same goes for the plantation. So definitely we can go on and click maybe this pack. I think I'll just choose one tree right here. Just drag it onto the scene. Wow, so big. Maybe this. Yeah, I think that should work it. Okay, so after that, just capture it back to our AI studio again. The workflow is all the same. Capture the image, and then we don't need AI actor because they're just animals. The prompt is super duper easy. So basically, we just use our style prompt preset, photorealistic. Maybe this one I'll choose photorealistic right here. All right, and that's all. Just generate. Okay, and let's wait for a minute. And I think right now you can think what you want to ask later in the QA session because it's about to end in no time. And what I want to do next is also maybe make a video of this star frame image. I mean, I don't know. Aren't you guys curious about who will win in the battle? I don't know, a bear or a gorilla? That's definitely gonna find out. Okay, so yeah, so later on I think we can use the image and go to the video creation. Oh, and there's one thing worth mentioning. Yeah, so we have our image right here. You see the realistic version of the bear and the gorilla, and also the plantation is at the background as well. It's very cool. Yeah, so what I'm going to do next is just as I mentioned, I think I want to make it a video. Just drag it onto the start frame. And there's one thing I want to mention that I've already tried it, so you don't have to do it again. Seed and somehow do not let me generate any videos with gorillas. Not exactly sure why. Maybe just because the face is scary, or it has something to do with the animal cruelty. Not sure about why. So in this very case, I think we'll choose Kling 3.0. It's also a very good model, but normally it's not that strict on their policy. So we're gonna use this, and we can just type in this prompt. Show you. Also, we separate it into 3 different shots. Shot 1, the bear and the gorilla are dancing to the music. Shot 2, the gorilla says, "Come on, join the party." Shot 3, the bear says, "Oh yeah." Okay. So yeah, actually, I'm not gonna make them fight because we're in the AI world. I think we should be more creative. So yeah, 7 seconds. All right. And of course, if you are curious about who will win in the fighting battle, feel free to try it. Just use our content, drag a bear and drag the gorilla in the scene, and try to prompt in that they are fighting, and to see who will win the battle. I'm not sure, but definitely you gotta try it out and tell me the results later. Okay, right? And while waiting for the result, I think I can open another project that I already set up for you guys. Let's see, maybe this one. Nope, don't save. Here's Africa scene that I already set it up. So you can see there's a lot of animals right here. And basically, I used animals from the second pack of animals, the animals 2 here. There's so many animals, and I just drag them into the scene. Elephant, jaguar, giraffe, zebra, you name it, and also with some plantation. And I already render out this scene. So yeah, well. And believe me, I actually want to go you through every details, but the time is ticking, you know. So I think I'll just show you the result. So I already render here. This one, Africa. Yeah. Oh, sorry. This one. Let's just rework it. Yes. So you can see it's basically all the same workflow. I just capture the image from the 3D scene. And the prompt is also very easy, photorealistic, golden hour light, and then instantly you get this decent image. And also I make it as a video, star frame video. You can also rework it. Okay, so basically I use Seedance. Yeah, Seedance is cool with elephant and jaguar. I don't know why. Yeah. And then the jaguar is attacking the elephant. Camera handheld. This is our, oh yeah, we also have a lot of camera prompt preset in our video create. You see so many of them. Usually there are very basic camera techniques that are frequently used in Hollywood industry. And we use the handheld and then we generate it. We can see the final result. Let me share the audio with you guys. The Jaguar is kind of yeah, very cool, but I think the Jaguar is kind of afraid of the elephant, right? Judging of its size. Okay. And also, let me see. Yeah, the video is still generating. It's okay. I have another one last case for you guys to see. Let me also have a project. Let's drag them in. This is a vehicle, and you can see we have the vehicles pack also right here. Here, props, vehicles. So basically, I just drag them in with the motorcycle and the police car, capture it, and then you get this result. Let's just also rework it as well. Here's the capture image. And the prompt is also very easy. Photorealistic, blue hour light, and then hit generate, and then you get this result. And here's the interesting part. The video, oh, sorry. The video right here, we can see, let's rework it first. So this is a star frame, and they are writing really fast. The prompt is very interesting. We can take a look at it. They are writing really fast. Suddenly, the motorcycle turns into a robot. And here, I also specifically mentioned the sound effect and the VFX, and the camera should be a follow shot, right? And I think you need to see the result. I think this is yeah, damn, just totally nailed it, I guess. It's so cool. Just with this, the very simple of our props, just drag into the scene and then create an image, and then finally you get this video in an instant. It's just, there's so many possibility in the AI world combining with our 3D scene, right? And also, I believe the video has rendered out. Let's see the result. Okay, let me share it.
Come join the party! Oh, yeah!
Yeah, very cute. I think it's very cute. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know which one do you think dance better. I think maybe Bear does a better job. Like his body is twisting very good. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all, and I think very cool. I believe that's all for today. Let me switch back to my presentation. Okay, so to wrap things up, why is 3D to video so incredibly powerful? Because it gives you the best of both worlds, right? 3D gives you the absolute control over composition, framing, and character posing, and AI gives you the imagination and render fidelity. So by combining with them, your visualization pipeline goes from days to minutes, allowing you to iterate the generate images or videos at speed of thought. If you found today's workflow exciting, you won't want to miss out our next session. And next time we'll go into the world of 3D to video. Yeah, you might ask, Howard, I've already learned how to create video by Start and Frame today, right? Well, here's the deal. If you are a super professional Previz artist, you might want to precisely control everything. I mean, instead of relying purely on start and frame, we will explore how to use 3D to video pipeline to directly guide every single frame with a 3D engine. Okay? So just like John showed you at the very beginning of this webinar, you can create so many interesting results just using the control of the 3D world, from advanced camera cinematography to precise character performance. Trust me, the results are going to be even more mind-blowing. Okay? Yeah. Whew. Okay, thank you so
Awesome.
much for your time
Awesome.
today. Yeah, and I'm Howard Huang, and I'll see you in the next one. So yeah, next we're going to our Q&A session, right, Kai?
Yeah, we sure are. Thanks so much for that, Howard. I
Yeah,
really love
yeah.
the everyone give a hand to Howard for his first webinar. Did an
Thank you.
excellent job. I think so many great examples there, just from still images to, changing scenarios with a couple of different colors. One of the things I find with Howard's workflow, as opposed to, what we were doing previously with Max and James, is that Howard's prompts are just so simple and so elegant, but he can do so much with just a simple a dummy and a very small prompt. So that's really all you need. You don't have to have like novel length prompts and stuff like that to get excellent results. So I think that's just another example of a different workflow where you can still get excellent results. So thanks again, Howard. And we got John
Yeah.
back on the line here. We're going to jump right into the Q&A. So lovely to have you guys all here, and apologies for the technical issues at the beginning, but we're all good now. So first question from Oleg, who seems to be the recurring character in our Q&A. Hey, Oleg, is there a plan to add a detailer plugin, open source for Forge and A1111? I'm not sure about Comfy UI to fix faces on full body length shot images. Do we have any plans there for that, Howard? You're the
Let me see. Detail the plugin.
yeah.
Oh, I see. So you want to make. So I think he wants to make the face like even more detailed, right?
Looks
By
like it, yeah.
Longshan. Yeah, I know that workflow is actually in the Comfy UI. I have used that workflow myself, and usually it works pretty well. But in our workflow, currently we use all the API from Nano Banana Pro, Flux2Max, and finally the GPT-2. And I think they are all not from Comfy UI. So yeah, currently we don't have that kind of plan. But sure, maybe I can discuss with my team. Maybe we can, if you have this kind of a need, maybe we can definitely discuss with the team. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we're always looking for new feedback. So again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, if you weren't here, we have a survey that we'll email out to you guys. Any suggestions for future topics, even product features, software features, let us know in that feedback form. We love to hear from you guys, and our tools really just develop based on a lot of your feedback. So that's great. Somebody in the chat mentioned, is this recording available later? Yeah, we are recording this on Zoom, so it'll be available on our YouTube channel after this. Just if you're watching live on YouTube, we're not going to be answering questions from YouTube though. So just on just on Zoom as well. Okay, Kurt Nielsen asks, can a character's body parts be stretched for toon-like stretching? Does AI Studio use the customer's RTX to render/process AI? Kind of a three-part question there. But how about the first part? Stretching for toon-like stretching. Can we do that with a character using AI?
Wait a minute.
That's
Oh,
Kurt Nielsen's first question there.
Can see. Oh, okay, I see. Can a character's body part be stretched for toon-like stretching? Oh, no. Currently, we can't do that. But yeah, I think you can be anticipated for our next version of our iClone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do that in like a Blender workflow and stuff, which I often do.
Yeah.
I think if you prompted AI to do it, it might be able to stretch like a character's arm.
If you want to stretch it in your in the AI workflow, I think maybe I haven't tried this yet, but I think yeah, maybe it is possible. I definitely gotta try this in our 3D to video workflow, which will be covered in our next session, next webinar. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Great.
gonna try that. Yeah.
Yeah, next webinar is not one you guys are going to want to miss. So make sure you check out our webinar page and subscribe for that as well. Okay, how about using the customer's RTX to render/process AI? Any comments on that?
So so basically, he wants to use RTX to capture the image and then render with AI Studio. Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I'm not super clear on that, but maybe will an RTX card enhance your AI result in any way? Is kind of what
Okay,
I got
yeah,
out of that.
yeah, because yeah, I think I don't know. I think everyone should know that we have a RTX version going on right now, and then it will be released in no time. So we also have tested on this as well, and when our iClone or CC have the ability to render out the RTX images, definitely you can always use RTX images to render again with your AI, and I think the result will be even much better. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
have the very realistic result of the original image, and then maybe you can use AI to like suggest to add something in your images to make them a bit better. Yeah, it's definitely cool.
yeah, and we are demoing our new RTX render at SIGGRAPH for those of you who want a sneak peek as well. So make
Yeah.
sure to check us out at the HP booth there. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. For Kai Thomas, maybe I pronounced your name incorrectly the last time, but Kieseweather, Thomas Kieseweather asks, I have a generated scene with sound where the actor is talking. 3 scenes came out great, but then C-Dance altered my audio and story to something absolutely different. How can that happen? Um, we might need a bit more context on that, Thomas. Whether or not you switched your prompt or was it the exact same prompt? Um, yeah, because like Howard showed, it can be a little bit touch and go sometimes. Um, I think Howard, what do you think? It might need to have a
Uh,
little bit more background.
so I'm not sure if it's a 3D to video workflow. I guess maybe it's a 3D to video workflow, and I guess maybe he used this as a he has an original video in his iClone project, and
Mhm.
the original one had the character is talking. Maybe they have some talking animation and also the sound, and then later on put back into the AI Studio and then render it out with Cdance. And yeah, currently we usually just let Cdance to imagine what the sound should be like. So sometimes the sound just is totally different from the original footage. But I think this can be this can actually be specifically mentioned in your prompt. Like you can say that reference the audio from your video. Yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, because CDNs understand how the prompt structure, and then if you prompt this specifically in your prompt, I think this could help a lot. Yeah.
Okay, very good answer. Yeah, I wasn't even aware of that myself. So I don't do a lot of Cdance editing myself. But let's go to the next good question from Mike Dale. He says, when referencing objects by color, like the dummies you used, is it limited to RGB, red, green, blue, or can you use other colors?
Yeah, definitely you can use other color. Yeah, any color, but just make sure that the color is a very unique color. You don't want the color to be like a daily life color, like it's kind of messing around with AI. So yes, of course it can be used for character as well. And I think maybe I'm going to show this in the next webinar with two different dummy characters with different colors. And in the prompt section, you can just type in what color, for example, like the red color is Camila and the blue dummy is the Kevin. And then
Mhm.
after all, it will generate a pretty decent result. Yeah.
Great. How about this question specifically for you, Howard? Is simultaneous AI video generation possible for multiple cameras in the scene with AI Studio? For example, stereoscopic AI video generation.
I'm not sure what's the answer, the question.
So I think like because we can iClone can output stereoscopic. Does that
Uh-huh.
have any effect on the AI video generation? I don't
I'm
think
not
so at
sure,
this
but
point.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
John, you have any comment on that?
I would say experiment and see what you get. Typically, if you give it the text prompt, you give it the video reference, uh, you you can find that I think the results would be close. I have not tested stereoscopic, so it'd be a great test to see. But I don't see any reason why you couldn't with the right iteration and prompt.
Yeah, that's actually the first time I've encountered a question like that, stereoscopic in relations to AI. So, yeah, sorry for the kind of non-answer there, but it's again still in the beginning phases. So we're still working on that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Thomas Key say weather. All right, I think I got that right again. For Howard, could you bring in a copy prompt button in the future update? It works with Control C, but you have to catch it all with the mouse. So it's just kind of a feature.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, actually, we do have that feature. I think will be in our AI Studio, maybe the next version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it in the feedback form, Thomas. All right. Next one from Derek Kasari. Let's see. This is a pretty long one. The different models. I'm trying to wrap my head around the different models. I want to generate a 3-minute video. Okay, so this is kind of like a beginner question. So, Derek is basically mentioning he has a number of different models, and wants to create a 3-minute video. It doesn't necessarily have to be 3D. You have a script, camera shot prompts already. Is there a difference between creating the project within AI Studio and selecting the model versus, say, FAL.ai or any of the other text to video platforms? I think that's the main question at the end there, the last sentence.
Uh-huh. Uh, well, basically, in our AI Studio, it works best with your 3D scene because you can just quickly adjust your 3D characters, poses, or even the cameras. It's very quick, and then after all, you just need to capture the image, send back to AI Studio. It's like the workflow is very smooth. But definitely, if you want to use fail.ai, you can also render the image out and then send it to fail AI. And I think the problem is because in our workflow, we actually have some system prompt in it so that it makes sure that when you render out the result, it will fit pretty well. For example, like 3D to image, 3D to video. We have some system prompt at the back, like specifically mention that the structure should be the same as in the 3D scene. Yeah, so if you want to use that in Fail AI, maybe you need to render the image out, and then maybe you need to prompt in your own system prompt. So which can be a little bit tricky. Yeah, and I think AI Studio just bring the convenience, so you can just use it straight into our iClone. Would be really good. Yeah.
Agreed. I think FAL.ai is kind of just like maybe extra steps involved as opposed to just doing it in AI Studio. Okay, anonymous attendee asks, will RTX render be covered in this session? Not in this session. RTX render is going to be a feature that's released, like Howard said, very soon. But yeah, not in this session here. So Mauricio asks, how many languages can manage the AIs for the prompts, or is it only English? So,
No, actually, yeah, actually, the AI should be really good at like multiple languages. I'm not sure how many languages, but basically, all the common languages should be okay. Because for me, I'm from Taiwan, so I actually use Chinese a lot. Sometimes I just prompt in Chinese, and it's work perfectly fine. Yeah,
yeah, I've seen a lot of their demo videos in Chinese. It works perfectly. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe those like African languages with the clicks and stuff like that might not, it might be a little bit harder, but who knows? We'll have to
Yeah,
try it out.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
We
Kurt
like a
asks,
challenge.
what was that?
So we like a challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Kurt asks, can AI Studio automatically take the name of a dummy from scene to list in the AI helper to organize the prompts better? I mean, you can technically create a profile for your dummy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, yeah, that would probably help to organize it.
yeah, yeah. You create an actor for it, and then just as I show, you can just use it in your prompt with the tagging system. You can summon the AI actor. Yeah,
Yeah, I think if you missed the earlier part of Howard's demo, he really demoed the AI actors, which are the profiles, the AI profiles that you create for your actors, and you can just prompt them. You can just add them as little, tags in your prompt, and they can read a lot of information from that. So, okay, we'll go to anonymous attendee. I'm just kind of motoring through these things because we got a lot of them. I missed the early part of a webinar. Is it possible to view this webinar later on? Yep, already answered that a little bit earlier. For those of you who missed the beginning of the webinar, this is going to be it is being broadcast on YouTube, and we are recording it so you can review it later on YouTube as well. Okay, another question from Thomas. Could you explain how it works if you have a video in the reference or an image? What does it do? So I think maybe this has to do with the first frame, end frame workflow you were talking about. Um, Thomas,
uh,
Howard is going to be showing more video workflows in the next
yeah,
webinar. Yeah, so I think maybe that is a kind of we don't want to open that can of worms right now, but yeah, you'll see. Just encourage you to attend the next webinar and you'll see some really magical stuff. So, okay, question from Russell. Russell Levitt, how do you maintain scene consistency with each shot or moving camera if you have a general scene developed, say, similar to what you would with characters in a biome in Unreal Engine? Okay.
yeah. This is actually pretty interesting. I think this part maybe I'll cover in the next webinar because
Mm.
for me, I think it's a bit hard to like if you have different shots but in the same scene, it's hard for AI to maintain the shot with the shot. Sometimes it just kind of shift a little bit. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. If you have a great prompt, it might maintain well, but sometimes it just shift a little bit. But with the 3D to video workflow, I'm going to share next time. I think basically you just need to render out the first image, and then you cut the scene with your videos, and then send it to 3D video. It will understand that it needs to stay consistent throughout the cutting, the multi-shot. Yeah,
Hmm.
just with only one image as the first frame.
Yeah,
Let me
I've already seen demos of
also
that. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
go
let
ahead,
me
Joe.
add to that too. I think another trick that you can also do is in say for instance, like the question talks about having a scene in Unreal Engine. To support, since you can have multiple image references, or video and audio references as your CDance references, um, what I would suggest you do is that every camera angle of that Unreal Engine scene that you are expecting to see, your main angles, I would render out images of those, and or even screenshots can get you there. But I would get renders of each one of those and then reference them, and then your text prompt is just like image one is the forward facing view, image two is the view behind your character name, right? The character. Say if you've got an AI actor, and you can inform your prompts with visual data that's not exactly, you know, meant to be used precisely, but is all used as suggestion to let the AI understand the environment. So I think it's really good to do your camera angles, and you can even get those without the characters too, so that you have image references for your scene. I do that a lot. It seems to help. Another tip there is if you have anything in the scene that you care about seeing close up, especially if it has text, get a close up of it. And then you reference, when you're close up, this is what you're seeing. Basically, you do a dance between your image visual prompts and your text prompts, and it'll help a lot. I think if you had this.
Yeah, I think Max demoed that really well in the last webinar with the the words on the cereal box, just the different angles and being really detailed with the image prompts as well as the movement as well. So, okay, cool. Yeah, check that out. It's on YouTube as well. The last one we did last week. So, Kurt asks if I have an octopus character, would it simulate the kind of physics movements, wiggly, stretchy, etc.
Uh,
with AI?
yeah, if you use the tutorial the webinar that we shared today, just drag that image into the video create as start frame, and definitely you can prompt in to specifically ask for the wiggling effect. I think it'll definitely work out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see what was the first guy's name? The heavier set Asian guy, just him fighting a big octopus. That's what I just pictured in my head, with the anchor and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Cthulhu. Let's do a Cthulhu.
Why do we always like think about violence? Anyways, okay.
World destruction.
Yeah. Paul Butler's asking Howard the RAM and SSD storage you're using on the machine. Do you know that?
Uh, I'm not actually know that. Maybe I need to check it a bit.
It's got
Yeah,
to be
but
pretty decent.
I think that you don't really need to have a good specs for your computer to use the AI
Mm.
Studio, because basically all the render is just on the cloud. Just use the API or the Conti UI workflow on the cloud, so you can definitely use it with no problem. Yeah, you just need to open the iClone. If your computer needs to open the iClone, and I think the rest should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Rainer, Rose Henke asks, will there be an option to improve the entered prompt like you have the possibility in Kling AI? Um, improve the entered
Like
prompt.
you have the possibility.
I mean,
The option to improve that. So is it like uh, auto prompt or something? It's like something like that.
possibly. Yeah, I think maybe Rainer we need a bit more context there in terms of like
Yeah.
how to improve the entered prompt. So if you want to elaborate on that a little bit,
We actually
I'll
do have a function that you can use in video create. Like it's basically like an auto prompt system, and it will analyze the start frame and your end frame image and try to make it a story in your prompt. Yeah, I didn't show it today, but we do have that option.
Very cool. Okay. Dante Armstrong asks, just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, you can use either an AI generated character or a character you've made in Character Creator in the AI Studio pipeline. Can I also upload images of character headshots for AI Studio to use as actors? I think we can answer yes to all those questions, Dante. So yeah, all those workflows are possible. Again, this is like these are just people are not super familiar with AI Studio yet, and that's a great question, Dante, that I think helps a lot of people. So thank you for that. Question is, or the answer is yes to all those questions. Marcus asks if I change cameras, AI can generate the shot background based on the first and last frame, but the in-between frames may vary. Can I use a panoramic HDRI image as a reference for all the
Yes.
environment to guide the AI?
Yes, you can. Yes, you
Yeah,
can. Yeah, we
I
also
think
have so many HDRI in our smart search as well. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of HDRIs embedded in iClone. You can use those. Really great references to use for sure.
Yeah.
Those individual camera angles that you would render are also really helpful along with that too. So definitely the HDRI is great for the general all around, but for detail, you're going to want to have those individual camera angles that you want to see of your environment.
Yeah, for consistency of the consistency of the camera shots for sure. Yeah. Alrighty. Yang Wen Liang asks, could you say the presentation video after? Yep. So again, we are recording this and it's going to be broadcast on or it's going to be live on YouTube, recorded on YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want. We're not going to hide it or anything like that. So um again, someone asking RTX rendering, not going to be in this webinar, unfortunately, but we're going to have some in the very, very near future, which is awesome. That seems to be something that's really hyped up. A lot of people are looking forward to it, so that's
Hey, I'm
cool.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, as am I. Yeah. So okay, tweaking the character prompt. Okay, I think Cesar, this is a kind of a comment from a previous question, so I'm gonna skip over that here. Paul Butler asks, can actor core characters be placed below the z-axis? So when the z level is below 0, I imagine that's what you are asking, Paul. So can your
Yeah.
actor core character be like -10 on the z-axis? I guess is what
Of
he's.
course you can,
Yeah.
but there's one thing worth mentioning that in your iClone, I think maybe you encounter the problem of the character is kind of the foot is kind of stocking at the horizon. Yeah, because by default, maybe let me take a look at iClone. We have a option called contact foot and hand in the modify panel. Yeah, be sure to uncheck that so that you can make the
Oh,
character stays below negative z
that's
axis.
interesting. So the foot contact will actually affect the end render.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
It'll
I
keep
didn't
the
know.
feet on the Z plane or the floor,
Yeah.
is what
Hmm.
that does. So you turn that off, and then you've got freedom of movement.
I thought
Otherwise,
AI
it's a
Studio might
really
override that or something.
mm,
Uh,
I don't think so. I think it's in
no,
relation to
yeah,
your scene.
Okay,
Yeah. So
cool.
if you want to have them in the water with their heads sticking out, go for it. You know, that's
yeah, definitely.
All right. Another question from Thomas here. Kling Omni can use actors. Will it be possible to use the Kling model in a future update? So that's similar to our
Oh,
iActors. Yeah.
yeah, we're actually also implement this as well. Yeah, we'll be there in no time. Yeah.
There you go, Thomas. Straightforward answer for you. Okay. Question from Mike Dale. If you save a project in iClone, will the data from the current AI Studio also be saved, or will AI Studio just start up with all the previous rendered images? Um, Mike, there's more to AI Studio than just the images and the prompts. There's also, of course, the eye actors and all other things you can save as well. I think it's maybe when you have a specific project going on, when you save that AI Studio project. Howard, is there any data that's being lost there? Or
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
okay.
see, yeah, basically just save the project. Yeah, because basically it just work the same when you
Hmm.
use the iClone. If you have a project, you can definitely just save it. And the image and the video is not part of the project. They are just the
Hmm.
history in the AI Studio.
Yeah, they're in your library there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you can
maybe what?
rework
I,
any project from your history to
Yeah.
load it up into AI Studio. But I
oh,
think it's always a good
yeah,
idea for you to save your iClone project so that you can open that back up if you need to revisit everything.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
The only inconsistency sometimes, some days, Nana Banana might be feeling nice. Sometimes it might be feeling like a big jerk, and it'll give you something, something inconsistent. But yeah. Well, anyways, we'll go on to the next one here. All okay. That I think that's the same one from Mike. This is just a continuation on from Mike's. Okay, guys, we'll go for another 8 minutes or so. We'll go to the end of the hour. I think we should be able to get through most of these questions, and then we'll just cut it off. And you can always ask us in the YouTube comments as well. Kurt Nielsen asks, how do unique custom character creatures render realistically? Normally, the examples in the demonstrations are all things that AI training would be taught to recognize. So, custom character creatures. Um, yeah, interesting question. Like maybe, for example, we have that actor mixer pack with those kind of creepy looking monsters. And I think we have some examples of that on our AI Studio page. Howard, how's your experience been with rendering those type of characters?
Yeah, definitely it'll work out. Like we also have the AI actors for some aliens, lizard alien, or even orc. I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, and basically, if you want to make them realistic, there are two ways. The first way is like just drag them into the scene and use our 3D to image and the prompt preset of photorealistic. Definitely is going to work. And if you want to make sure the character stays consistent, like it's realistic, but maybe it's not consistent throughout the scene, maybe you can also create an AI actor for the creature that you used, just like I
Hmm.
mentioned. But I didn't told you a lot about how to do that. But basically, you just need to capture lots of 3D images back to our AI studio and kind of make different angles, different emotions to and different body angles as well to make an AI actor so that the
Hmm.
next time when you generate this creature, it will stay consistent and also realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
that's
make
very
sure.
easy to
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Derek says you should always try to keep your audio tracks separate and mix in post. I'm an audio guy. I'm a radio guy by training, Derek, and I totally agree with you. So, uh, just so you have, there are dozens of us out there. Kurt asks, is all the sound imported or AI generated? I think your C
Yeah.
dance is AI generated, right?
Yeah. It's generated. It's all
Yeah.
generated. Yeah.
Yeah. You can always dub it over like
Yeah,
radio
I do
guys.
a lot of my footage winds up in Premiere where the story comes together and then editing. Everything I showed you today with the superheroes is just straight out renders from AI Studio. But on any narrative content I work on, I render stuff out, put it in Premiere. And one trick I use is I will actually tell Cdance or Kling, don't don't generate music, just give me sound effects.
Hmm.
Because the AI tools, the models do great sound effects, footsteps, door slams, all that sort of stuff that you might want to have, or props that are like, detonators that are alarming or something like that. Like you can prompt all that sound. And then generally, what I'll do is I like to use something like Invatu's library or an audio library that's royalty free that I can bring in and then score my project at the end with music. So I get the best of the sound from the special effect or the sound effects, and then I augment that with post audio too. So you can think about the story really comes together when you start editing it in your video editor. So there's more capability then too.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Okay, we got a question from Anthony. Is the only way to produce dialogue for your AI Studio character through the prompt? Can you do it while you're setting up your character in the iClone viewport in Aculips? I think that's a good question for beginners. What do you think, Howard?
Yeah, actually, in the dialogue workflow, I think it works pretty well in AI Studio. Like you can, there are many two ways, I guess. The first way is that, which is what I show you today. You can use video create and definitely just use the dialogue kind of. You can just use the tagging system, like make sure that it's a sentence right there, okay? And then the second method is another workflow. I'm not teaching it today. It's called a talking actor. You can use the talking actor, and basically, if you are from 3D scene, you can just capture the 3D scene in your viewport as a video, and the character doesn't have to say something. The mouth can be totally closed as well. It's totally fine. But then after on, you can just capture the video back to our talking actor workflow, and then you can manually drag in some audio that you want for the clips, and then just hit generate, and AI will automatically feed in the lip sync for the characters and the audios. Just works perfectly well. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to learn more about that workflow. So thank you for that question, Anthony. That's something that I think a lot of people would like to know. So we got Bernie K asking a couple questions. Let's try and get to what happened to the AI render plugin. What happened to it? The AI render plugin.
Yeah, we're also discussing this as well. Like try to make them locally, because yeah, we have received a lot of feedback on that as well. Because definitely the currently our AI studio has the strength of rendering all the video images and videos pretty quick because it's all done in the clouds. But definitely some of the users will want to use their own desktop to render locally. And we had actually discussed about this as well. So yeah, maybe I'm not sure, but I think maybe in the future we will also have that kind of a new version of AI render. Not sure about that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're always in development, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
We got Youngman, a question from Youngman here. Is it possible to generate global normal map video or depth map video other than the RGB video? Generate global map videos
I think that's
from iClone.
because for the original AI render plugin, I think we do have that function to generate normal map and depth map. But
Hmm.
later on with the AI Studio, I think you don't have that ability straight in iClone. But some of
Yeah,
the
I
workflow
haven't.
is actually we used on County UI. They do have the ability to generate depth map, but it's not rendered out in the iClone. I'm not sure if you is it that you need that or something. Maybe we can, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
talk with the
give
team.
us the give us some feedback.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, is Fashion Gen plugin still available? John, what's the deal with Fashion Gen?
That's a good question. I believe so. As far as being able to add AI accoutrements and images to your clothing.
Yeah, I think it's still around.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it on the store, so but yeah, we're moving on to the AI studio stuff that's taking over our website. So, um, okay, would it be possible to create characters or transfer characters from programs like Blender and Maya, etc., from anonymous attendee? Yes, absolutely. You can bring in characters. One thing that Reillusion tries to do, I think we can all agree, is be a universal tool that's compatible with as many workflows as possible. That's why we have things like auto setup for Unreal, Unreal Live Link. We have Blender Data Link, all these, really popular workflows. I think Cinema 4D is coming out real soon as well. Maya and Max. So we try to be as compatible with other tools as possible just to give you more freedom in your workflow. And yeah, it's absolutely possible. And we can, if you want to have a webinar specifically on that sort of stuff in the future, let us know. We'd be more than happy to oblige. I'm going to try and get one from one more person that hasn't been answered yet. That's Inha Kim. For someone working on a video TV animation series based on original webtoon card from an original webtoon character, an existing character, is it possible to train the model to render image in the toon style cell shading? I understand that custom LoRa is not applicable here since it's not the typical comfy UI environment, but is there a different way that I can maintain the character consistently, specifically resemblance of the character's face? Um, John, do you want to take that one on, or do you feel?
Yeah, no, I'm looking through it again. A custom LoRa is actually exactly what AI Actor is. You just develop it inside AI Studio using either your images generated from the iClone project, and so on. You can think of AI Actor is a brand name for what you can also call a LoRa. Basically, we're creating a data set that the model can easily recognize, name, and reference to keep your character consistency. So it basically packages up all of your character sheet data and then allows that to constantly inform along with your prompt syntax that's included with the character name. Um, so that really is pervasive across all styles, whatever style you choose. So we definitely have cell shaded toon styles. We have multiple toon styles that are included in AI Studio. So you could dial in the look that you're wanting. Or you can even augment that by more text prompt to say, and I want it more like this, or give it an image that looks like a tune that you're trying to make and say, that image reference, you can prompt it with saying, this is the style I want to use. Use this image as my style guide, right? So you can be creative with it along with the styles that we have to get your custom looks out of. So I think you're on the right track to explore that.
Yeah, I would recommend taking a look again at Max's demo in the last webinar we had last week. And I think, we're going to see a lot of that in Howard's on, I think, the 29th. So, Kim, if you're interested in, more about that, then I would recommend checking out both of those webinars. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, you guys rock. Awesome. Prompts can support Arabic. Nano Banana. Tamir Taha says that. I don't speak any Arabic, unfortunately, so I haven't really tested that out. But yeah, I think that we'll just say that that ends off our webinar today. So again, the next question was from Inha Kim, but we also kind of answered that with the previous answer, hopefully. Inha, if you have any further questions, you can always contact us as well. My email is kai@religion.com, and I can help answer some of your questions. But most of all, fill out our survey, get that 10% discount for the content store. As well, if you subscribe to or purchase iClone or Character Creator before July 31st, or if you've purchased in the past, you're still applicable to apply for those 1,100 AI generation points. So keep a lookout on your emails for emails from Reillusion on how you can redeem that. Again, lovely to have everyone here. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks so much again. Bravo to Howard for doing such a great
Thank you. Yeah.
demo for us here, and we'll look
Yeah.
forward to the next one. Anything you guys want to say in closing? Go ahead, Howard. What do you want to say in closing?
Yeah, be sure to check out on our next webinar. Yeah, really good meeting you guys. Yeah.
You gotta say this, look at this camera, that camera, that camera, that camera, like what's that hot things he talks about? Tell me what you got going on in your life, John.
Hey, look, I'm just going to share my mantra with you guys, and that's produce, produce, produce. This is an amazing time to be a creator. And, I think this new frontier that we're all stepping out in, this is a new brush. This is a new tool set. This is a new workflow for us all. So, yeah, let's explore, let's produce. We also have a series called AI Storytellers. So, those of you that are looking to promote what you're making, we want to hear from you. If you have a story that you want to make utilizing our tools, utilizing AI Studio, and you'd like some shine on what you got going on, let us know about it. We would definitely like to hear and give you a platform to share your story too. So please reach out. I'm John, JOHN at reallusion.com, and be happy to hear from you guys. So good luck and produce, produce, produce.
Yeah, awesome. And I'll just close off by saying, AI, it's a tool. It's a tool that kind of uh, gives us the ability to be more creative. And I think just embrace what all the new developments that are coming along. You don't have to use it for everything, but utilize it when you can, and don't be afraid or um, you know, that's all I have to say. It's getting late here. All right. So thanks everyone so much again for attending today. Lovely to have you guys all along, and thanks for sticking with us. Check out our videos on YouTube. We have tons of tutorials, and we'll see Howard again in a couple of weeks for a video-based AI Studio webinar, which is going to be awesome. All right. So
Awesome.
we'll
Thanks, guys.
say adios and see
Hey
you guys
guys.
later. Take care,
See
everyone.
See
you.
you later. Thanks a lot.